Hi, everybody. Today we've got round 9. It's the semifinals of the 2020 Democratic primary spinner battle. Last time, Andrew Yang, he fell just short, so we're down to 3. We've got Tulsi Gabbard, Elizabeth Warren, and Tom Steyer. Every spin, every state is gonna matter, so I think we all know how this goes at this point. The highest total doesn't matter, lowest total is out, so fire up your suspenseful music. Let's hope we have a great battle, and let's get into the spinning. We're gonna start in Alaska. That has 3 electoral votes. Let's do it. Who's gonna be the first one on the map? We've got number 1. That's Tulsi. She's got Alaska. Next spin, it's Hawaii. 4 votes here. Who's gonna get 'em? That's gonna be Tulsi. 2 for 2. She's got 7. Let's go up to the West Coast. We've got Washington. We've got 12 votes here. And look at that. 3 out of 3. Tulsi Gabbard claims her 3rd state. That's an early statement from Tulsi. Let's go next to Oregon. 7 electoral votes. And we've got somebody else now. That's number 2, Elizabeth Warren. She's on the map. Next state, it's California. Take a look at those EVs. We've got 55 of them at stake. It would also be Tom Steyer's home state. Everybody looking for their number. Let's spin it. Who's going to win this mountain of electoral votes? That is going to be Elizabeth Warren. Next, it's Nevada. Steyer looking to get in on the action still. He doesn't do it. That goes back to Tulsi. Next state, that's going to be Idaho. We've got 4 electoral votes here. And that's going to go back to Elizabeth Warren, number 2. Next state, Utah. 6 votes here. Who's going to get them? Elizabeth Warren. Next state, Arizona, down at the border. Who's going to get these 11 electoral votes? That's number 3. We've got Tom Steyer now. He's in on the action. Everybody with at least 1 state. Let's go back up north to the other border. We've got Montana. 3 electoral votes here. Number 1, Tulsi Gabbard claims Montana. Now we can go to Wyoming. We've got 3 more votes. Who's going to get them? That's going to be Tulsi. Next state, it's Colorado. We've got 9 votes here. Who's going to get them? Number 3, Tom Steyer with his 2nd state. Next state, back down to the border with New Mexico. 5 votes now. And that's number 1, Tulsi Gabbard with another state. Let's go to the Dakotas now. We've got North Dakota. That's first, and that has 3 votes. And that's going to go to number 3. That's Tom Steyer. Next, it's going to be South Dakota. That's another 3 votes on the table, and that's going to go also to number 3, Tom Steyer. Going back to back. Next, it's Nebraska at large. 2 electoral votes. Who's going to get them? Number 1, Tulsi Gabbard. She picks up another 2, and now we go to Nebraska's 1st congressional district. 1 electoral vote. Also going to number 1, Tulsi Gabbard. Next, Nebraska's 2nd. Another electoral vote. That's going to go to Warren. She's going to get in on Nebraska. And we've got 1 more here, Nebraska's 3rd. Who's going to pick it up? That's going to be Elizabeth Warren. Next, Kansas. 6 more votes. And that's number 1, Tulsi Gabbard. Next state, Oklahoma. 7 votes. That's going to be lucky for somebody, and that's going to be Tom Steyer. Next state, we've got Texas, and there's 38 votes here. Warren out in front right now after that big California win, but that could all change right here. Let's spin it. Who's going to get him? We've got number 3, Tom Steyer. That puts him in 2nd place ahead of Tulsi Gabbard, and he's also closing in on Warren in 1st. Let's go to Minnesota. 10,000 Lakes here, 10 electoral votes, and number 2, Elizabeth Warren. Next state, Iowa. 6 more votes. Who's getting them? Number 3, Tom Steyer. Next, Missouri. Here's another 10 votes. Up for grabs, coming to number 3, Tom Steyer. Next, it's Arkansas. We've got another 6. Who's going to grab them? Elizabeth Warren. She's got them. And now we go down to the Gulf. We've got Louisiana. We've got 8 more votes. And we've got number 2, Elizabeth Warren. Next, we cross the Mississippi River. We go north to Wisconsin. We've got another 10 electoral votes in the Badger State. Who's going to get them? That's going to be Tulsi Gabbard. Gabbard, quiet as of late, but now she's back in action. Next state, it's Illinois. We've got 20 votes here. Somebody's going to snag them. That is number one. That is Tulsi Gabbard. It's a close race so far. Let's go to Michigan. We've got 16 electoral votes. Who's going to get them? 3 in a row, Tulsi Gabbard is. Now we've got Steyer back on the bottom, but we've got only 11 electoral votes separating all 3 candidates. Speaking of 11, that's how many are at stake in the next spin. That's Indiana. Who's going to get them? That is Tom Steyer. Steyer now ties Elizabeth Warren for first place. All 3 in the 90s. This is starting to heat up. Let's go south to Kentucky. There's 8 more votes here, and that is close to the line, but Tom Steyer is the first one to cross 100 electoral votes. Let's go to Tennessee. We've got another 11 here. Who's going to get him? Steyer now with momentum as he takes his 3rd state in a row. Let's go to Mississippi. 6 more votes. And we've got number 1, Tulsi Gabbard, right behind Elizabeth Warren now. Let's go east to Alabama. 9 electoral votes. That is going to be number 2. We've got Warren joining Steyer, over 100 electoral votes. Next state, it's Florida. It's 29 electoral votes. Right now, it's anybody's game. Tulsi is in last place, but it's only by 10 electoral votes. She's also only 20 shy of first place. This would put her right at the top. Steyer looking to expand on his lead. Let's do it. Here it is. Who's going to get him? That is number 1, Tulsi Gabbard. Right when she needed him, she gets a big state, and she surges into first place. All 3 candidates now in triple digits. It's far from over, though. Let's do Georgia. A lot of votes here. There's 16 at stake, and that's also number 1 for Tulsi Gabbard. Gabbard now puts a little distance between her and Steyer. Let's do South Carolina. 9 more votes. Who's going to get them? Number 2, Elizabeth Warren. She's got another 9. After South Carolina, that's going to be North Carolina. Another 15 votes. And that is number 3, Tom Steyer. He picks up the Tar Heel state. Next state, it's Ohio. 18 more votes here. Who's going to get him? That's going to be Tom Steyer. Steyer now in first place. Let's go to West Virginia. Only 5 votes here. This could be pivotal, though, later on. We've got Tom Steyer with another state. Steyer dominant in this part of the country. Let's go all the way to the corner. We've got Maine at large. 2 votes here, and those are going to go to Tulsi Gabbard. Next, Maine's first. A single electoral vote here, and that's going to be number 2, Elizabeth Warren. Last vote out of Maine. It's the 2nd congressional district. Who's going to get it? Number 2, Elizabeth Warren. Next door, we've got New Hampshire. There's 4 votes here. Who's going to take them? That's going to be Tom Steyer. Steyer with another 4. Let's go to Vermont. We've got 3 votes here. Who's going to get them? Number 1, Tulsi Gabbard claims the Green Mountain State. Next, it's New York. We've got 29 votes. This is a huge state. Warren in last place right now. First place is still completely up for grabs. Let's not drag this out. Let's spin it. Who's going to get all these votes? That is number 2, Elizabeth Warren, right on cue when she needed him most. Now we've got a tie for 2nd place. Both Tulsi and Warren at 147, Steyer 159. Next state, it's Massachusetts. This is Warren's home state. It has 11 electoral votes. Let's spin it. Who's going to get him? That's going to be Tom Steyer. Steyer now opening up a small lead. Let's do Connecticut. 7 more votes. Who's going to get him? That is close to the line, but Steyer with another state. Rhode Island, that's next. 4 votes. And that is number 2, Elizabeth Warren. She breaks the tie with Tulsi. Let's go to New Jersey. 14 votes. Let's see what happens. That is number 1, Tulsi Gabbard. Picks up a decently sized state here toward the end. She's now in 2nd place. Next state, it's Delaware. We've got 3 votes. That might not seem like a lot, but this is a real close one, and that goes to number 3, Tom Steyer. Next, Maryland. That has 10 votes. Who's going to win them? Number 2, Elizabeth Warren. And we've got another tie for 2nd place. The next spin is Washington, D.C. 3 electoral votes. That is number 3, Tom Steyer. He's got another 3 electoral votes, and we've still got a tie for second place. Right now, Steyer looks like he is moving on. But we've got 2 states left, and we've got a tie. Theoretically, if Steyer wins both of these, we're going to have to go to a spinoff. And this has been a great round so far. No matter what happens, you got to give it to Tulsi Gabbard and Elizabeth Warren. They did give us a great show. The next spin is Pennsylvania. There's 20 votes. I almost don't want to do it, but we've got to end the suspense. Here it is. Here's the spin. Who's going to get him? That is right on the line. But look at that number 1. Tulsi Gabbard pulls out Pennsylvania. I thought that was going to Warren. It just barely, by a pixel or 2, went to Tulsi Gabbard. That is unreal. So now we've got all the answers we need. Elizabeth Warren cannot pass Tulsi Gabbard with the last spin of Virginia. Tulsi could pass Steyer for first place. That's the only question we have left to answer. Let's do it. 13 votes. Who's going to get him? Number 3, Tom Steyer finishes strong. He's got 13 votes, still dominant with a ton of connecting states in that part of the country. And the semifinals are over. Tom Steyer is in first place with 196. Tulsi Gabbard barely squeaks into second place with 181. Third place is Elizabeth Warren with 161. There's no shame in that finish for Warren, but she is on the bottom. She's not going to make it to the finals, even though she did pick up California and New York. Ton of electoral votes in those states. She lost by maybe only 1 or 2 pixels. Excellent round this time. Congrats to Tom Steyer and Tulsi Gabbard. We'll see them go head-to-head in the finals. So let me know in the comments. Who do you have going all the way? Did you have Warren just barely coming up short this time? Let me know if you had a good time down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.